Alright guys, I'm back for one other thing. So, if you looked at one of my previous videos, I said I might not look at the series, but I'll buy the toys. Scratch the toys too. Yeah, the toys are also ruined. I don't know, I think the toys might have came out on Christmas, or they started stocking them yesterday, but they're out. The toys are out. So, I looked at the action figures, and the action figures look just like as if they did the same thing as Kamen Rider. Yeah, Kamen Rider and this series of Power Rangers have been downsized. So instead of I think there originally was 12-inch action figures, now they're just 6 inches. Yeah. It's so stupid. What's even worse is the fact that they're not even the real action figures. I mean, the fact of when you look at them, they say Mega Red Ranger, and they have like shoulder pads, and the back of their helmets are made as if they're truly samurai, which in the series Shinkenger, you don't actually see that. In the whole entire series, you don't actually see that unless they're talking about the Super Shinken Red, Super Shinken Pink, Super Shinken Blue, and etc. etc. Which means that the coat which made the shoulder pads, which I don't even think even the coat gave shoulder pads, the coat was blue. For Hyper it was blue. For Super Shinken, it was actually white with some black inner strapping, and the symbol logo, and the swords. Oh my gosh, the swords would have been the coolest thing ever, but apparently they didn't want to do it. Instead, they gave us some stupid stuff. If you look at Shinkenger, which I think that in the series we have now, the swords, you see the swords, and the swords are, I think they're Shikinmaru, which they spin. You have a disc you put in, they spin, and then later they'll have something that they put on the sword that the leader usually have, and it can summon the Super Shinken stuff. But apparently they think it's not worth it, so they went to another angle of Mega stuff. Which, only thing that remind me of is Mega Ranger, which is the Japanese version of In Space. Alright, the second thing was the Zord. The Megazord. The Megazord was the next thing I looked at that I wanted to get. If those action figures are messed up, I would just get the Zord. But it turns out that the Zord is even messed up too. Of course, we should have saw that, which I bet one of the guys I subscribe to can basically tell us that Bandai America would have basically done it. But I was hoping for better. I was hoping, since they had the original person, the original founder of the Power Rangers, come back, they were like, hey, it's okay, we can just, hey, it's a celebration, we should basically do the same thing Japan did, but we will make the weapons so cool, and we'll make the Megazord the same as in Japan. But instead they didn't. They did exactly the stupid thing that I was hoping it didn't happen, which I wasn't even thinking they would do it. It's the fact that most of the shiny parts that was in Japan, they switched with plastic, non-shiny, which was so stupid. So stupid. And what's even worse is the fact that I don't know if Sabans even saw the thing they just did, but either Bandai is taking a step with Disney and keeping the idea or the fact that they came up with it in the first place, and that was disgraceful. It's just the fact of, in the Mighty Morphin, you saw that in, there's basically like the vehicles of the mastodon. I don't think it was a triceratops. Triceratops might have been in there. And saber-toothed tiger. The saber-toothed tiger you can put on one of the mastodon's arms, replace the original arm, put that in there, and now he has a saber-toothed tiger saber, which they did the same exact thing with that, but except the arms doesn't come off, but the legs do, and they have motorcycles for Shinking Blue and Shinking Red that you could put on them, which there are no motorcycles in the series. As a matter of fact, even if I just thought of it, that they could have put they could have actually put, stuff in there like that, but they didn't. They actually kept it simple. Like, for instance, the horse didn't have on the side of it a saddle that actually had a symbol. No, it just had the horse. But yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, and there was one other thing, which was the flipping heads. Too bad I don't have any of the original old ones, which was in Mighty Morphin, because my neighbor back then stole them and thought it was cool to steal them, even though most of them were actually broken. They were taped up. But he didn't care. He stole them. I know he stole them. So, anyways, with the flipping heads, they're like big. Those are bigger than what the ones I'm just talking about just seconds ago. And those, oh yeah, those are stupid because they have like ninja form. Yeah, so it more from ninja form to ranger form, just the heads, of course. That's why they're flipping heads. Such a disappointment. Such a disappointment.